That's the idea.
You have stolen my dreams.
All right, enough of my soundboard nonsense. How's it going, Dex?
What up, peoples? We are live. We're back in the saddle.
We are indeed. Very exciting. We're back. Not only are we back live, but we're back for our Thursday Hangout, which I don't want to give too much away, but we are getting ready to turbocharge these Hangouts. We're very excited. We figured out ways to get our members into special areas in there. So if you're a PulseWaver, look out. Keep checking the Slack. I guess I'll also post this in the Discord. But actually, no, it'll be in the Slack because that's where our premium members are currently. So look for info there. We're going to be doing some really fun stuff with Discord in the next few weeks, specifically with our PulseWavers. Head Magister Wartune is in the audience. So Dex, how's your week going so far, man? It's Thursday. The world is steadily on a path to destruction. We're watching it unfold before our eyes. How are you doing?
Oh man, just busy, dude. Just been into a lot in the lab. There's a lot going on in the world, but we did get some really good news, believe it or not. And all the whackness that we've been having to endure, the appeals court blocked Biden's vaccine mandate.
Yeah, man.
Not only did they do that, but they did it and gave him a blistering rebuke.
Oh yeah, I didn't
told
know that.
him that what he is trying to do not only is it unconstitutional, but it's illegal.
Oh heck yeah.
That's right. Illegal. It's an illegal OSHA mandate. So the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals told Biden straight up, what you are doing is ridiculous and it will not work. And you're lying about it. Because what you're trying to push is not the purpose that you said you were trying to push it for. In a nutshell, they said that the true purpose is not to enhance workplace safety, but instead to ramp up vaccine uptake by any means necessary.
Wow, they said that in the ruling?
Yes.
Yeah, wow, man.
Yes.
Jesus.
See, this is what happens, boys and girls, when you run into a brick wall of common sense. I think that last bullet point I quoted to you guys says it sums it up the best. The true purpose is not to enhance workplace safety, but instead to ramp up vaccine uptake by any means necessary. And to add to this insult to injury, the appeals court ruling was unanimous, and rightfully so. That's right. Now, the question is he going to try to appeal to the Supreme Court? If he does, the mandate is so obviously flawed, I doubt the Supreme Court would even hear the case. So then you have to ask yourself another question. Are there no legal experts on Biden's team that should have explained this to him before he even tried to push this through?
You should call that Binger guy.
Gotta love it.
That Binger guy from the Rittenhouse trial. That guy seems pretty sharp.
Gotta love it, man. Finally a victory in all this nonsense and all this madness. That was some good information right there. We needed a win. Because it's been crazy. It's a lot of craziness going on in the world.
Yeah, I've come to a new understanding with myself. And I think I sort of decided that I'm not going to try to address the things. I mean, this is an obvious thing to say, but it just became really clear in my mind. Instead of trying to address whatever nonsense people are trying to get out of us in terms of a reaction about these things, in social media and Twitter and dealing with these things, I'm just going to constantly, meticulously, unemotionally, coldly needle away at the implications of what they're saying. So if someone says to me, I'm all for mandates, we're all going to die otherwise, I say to them, what is the maximum penalty you will inflict upon me and my family for not getting the shot because we're not getting it? And you will not believe how quickly they go, well.
Well,
and try to make it out like everything's fine. And then you just keep pushing that with them. Then the other thing is this: the vaccination rates are so high. You just have to keep asking people, why do we need to be coercive? We've already gotten it. Why isn't that enough? Is it not working?
they want you to take 2 and 3 and 4 of them. That's why.
Yeah, but they're also creating a panic narrative because it's clearly not working. It's more transmissible. We now have Fauci and Gates. This is the funny thing. You're still arguing with Karens about this on social media, or at least I am. And yet Fauci and Gates have both come out and said the vaccines weren't as advertised and they don't stop transmission. Fauci's the one who I believe used some phrase along the lines. Let me know in comments if I made this up. But he said something along the lines of they were not as advertised, which I can't believe that would come out of his mouth since he's the advertiser.
Right.
And then Gates is the one who said, we got something that helps with health, but not with reducing transmission as much. And it's like, dude, tell that to every person who says that we have to vaccinate everybody to stop transmission. It's bizarre.
Right. They're talking out of both sides of their face.
Exactly. Yeah, I was trying to explain to somebody, and maybe you can confirm this, that maybe explain is not the right word, more like make my argument, that my way of looking at whatever bizarre religious cult is running the world has been shifting. That there really are many, many, many more layers of minions who are brainwashed than I thought. And I think when we're looking at the Faucis and the Gateses and the Clintons of the world, we're either looking at people who are in the families or the top level, or really the bottom level foot soldiers. It's just really powerful people who are able to influence policy or able to influence economics. And then everybody else is just so easily manipulated through media that all you really need is a couple evil geniuses running around and making it sound respectable and sciencey to tell people to go take a suicide dose.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And you know what's really messed up? To add to that is that this has nothing to do with logic or making any kind of sense.
Right.
You know, it's one thing for people to have access to common sense, but then there's another thing for common sense to become mandated. You could, think about it. It's like him saying, okay, today, breaking news, we're live now at the White House. The president has a press conference. He says, this is what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I've thought about this long and hard. I have all my panel of experts up here with me. And we have decided we are now mandating umbrellas because we have just learned that there's a 98% chance that it's going to rain outside today. So we're mandating bringing an umbrella. Now, most people say this is ludicrous because if it's raining out, if it's going to rain, you don't have to tell people they need to bring an umbrella. They're going to do it if that's what they want to do. And if they choose not to, oh, well, they just get wet. But even if he did, you say, okay, well, that kind of makes sense because it is going to rain. So I'd say, yeah, we're going to bring an umbrella. But that's not what's going on here. What's happening here is he's saying, ladies and gentlemen, there's a 98% chance that it's going to rain today. So I am implementing mandates that everyone needs to bring an umbrella because your neighbor may get wet. There's a 98% chance your neighbor's going to get wet. So you have to bring an umbrella when you leave the house. And
if you don't, you have the moral culpability of someone pouring buckets of ice water on old ladies.
Exactly. If you don't bring an umbrella with you when you go outside today, you're drowning grandma.
Exactly.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Makes no sense at all. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and you could lay on the comparisons of just illogical nonsense because that's what it is. It is illogical nonsense. Here's one you probably heard when you were growing up. Eat all your food on your dinner plate because they're starving kids in Africa. You ever heard of that one? So you mean to tell me what I eat is going to make someone else gain weight? But that's what they're mandating. They're mandating that you have to overeat because there are people hungry in our country. So I'm mandating that everyone has to overeat because your neighbor may be starving.
It's full clown world.
Exactly. This is a circus. And it's being ran by clowns. The clowns are running the circus, and this is where we are today. But I'm glad that the District Court of Appeals said no more. This is not happening.
There's some interesting things happening in the culture too. I was saying this. I may have shared this with you. I know I talked about it with my wife. like a week or two ago, I said to her, I said, you know what? I think something shifted, and I think Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan went from being not agreeable to actively opposing what's going on. And I think we're going to start seeing that kind of thing happen at that level of cultural influence. And it's funny because even when we say that, I think for you, or I would say for me and probably for you, you and I both know who Rogan and Peterson are, but we still think of them as like a lower tier of celebrity. That's not true. They are the top tier of communicators on planet Earth. I mean, no, they're not mainstream known people, but in terms of people who are impacting ideas, they're having a much bigger impact on ideas through social media than, say, CNN is in terms of the numbers that they're having.
I'll be honest, I really never listened to them, so I couldn't say that.
But you certainly know who they are, and you understand they have
I heard their name, but I
wide
don't think I've really heard any of their content.
Sure. Okay, but my point being that I think at that level of people who have a real influence on the intellectual discussion, people who have an influence on just culturally what's going on, I think we're going to see that level come out. Because thus far, Dex, there have been people saying, hey, don't mandate the shots, but there hasn't been people saying these things are dangerous and they're going to kill you.
Yeah, because if you say that, your career is over.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we're going to start to see it's going to start to creep up the ladder of mainstream, not all mainstream, but more conservative mainstream. Like I think you're going to start to see that kind of thing. My friend Jay says Joe Rogan is to men what Oprah was to women back in the day. That's very accurate, actually. That's been said by analysts or other people who've looked at this. I think that's extremely accurate. That he's he's like bro Oprah. He's bro-pra.
Bro-pra.
I just made that up. Anyway, Dex, we got to go in the Hangout, man. It's time for the Hangout. So, folks,
let's do it.
We've got a link in the description, and I'm going to put the link in comments once this episode's over because I can't figure out how to do it until the episode ends. And we'll see you in the Discord. In fact, we're pretty much already there. And Pulse Waivers, it's not available yet, but keep an eye on that dashboard. I'm thinking by next week you're going to see a new little button there that's going to give you special premium access if you're a paying member of PulseWave Trading. PulseWaveTrading.com. Coupon code Brandon because we love freedom and all that stuff, happiness. So coupon code Brandon gets you $100 off your subscription every month. PulseWaveTrading.com. All right, we're out. Meet us in the Discord. A lot of cool stuff's going to start happening in there. So if you've been lazy on the Discord, now's the time to get in, especially while we're just throwing the link out on the internet like we are right now. We won't be doing that for much longer. All right, take care, folks. We're out.
Peace.